it's time to get it lit. We got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all. Keep it flow.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Philadelphia Eagles. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They are led out by the 15th overall selection in 2019, former Ohio State Buckeye Dwayne Haskins.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. Here's the offense, and sometimes you got to show love to the big guys.
That you do, and we're talking about Jason Kelce now, not Travis, his brother who plays tight end. Jason lines up at center, a threat to go to the Pro Bowl each and every year.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
The throw over the middle taken in. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On second down, it's Sanders, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Right back to Sanders on first down. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. That's caught by Jackson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. on 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game...
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
Well, you know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Strip that ball. Strip that ball. Recon, 132 fighter. Get it.
Now Saquon Barkley, a man who played collegiately here in the Keystone State. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
That was a really nice play, being able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
41 Mike, 41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. At the 29-yard line. Mike, 41 Mike. Blue Dan.
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now, 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They go play action now. Haskins. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Eric Ebron, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Rodney McLeod that time able to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down.
Let's go. Check. 53.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is going to be incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on fourth, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much fourth downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on fourth down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now it's Haskins. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. You never want to give up a sack. And from the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold it.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Look at me. Go, shoot.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Looking to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Leo.
The Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Cravon LeBlanc with a pick. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Haskins will throw, and he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Justin Houston able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Now Haskins to throw it. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Check three. Look, squeeze. Safety's creeping. Hey, high 7. Right there, 54, right there. 54, Mike. I got him. Mike spot 4. Lead grip.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Hey, Delta.
On play action, they'll throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Haskins. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people...
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard and a big 3 in the INT column.
So they've got to get him going, obviously, right? So you've got to get him in rhythm. And we always think of short passes. I think of jet sweeps where they just kind of toss the ball forward. You know, that counts as a forward pass. And then you can say to him, look at that. You completed 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now you've got to get your confidence going.
64, win.
On second down, here's Barkley. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll drop to throw. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their body.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll drop to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. From the gun, a give to Mixon. The 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Looking to throw, Haskins. And he connects with Ertz. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block him. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Well, the question is, can this offense... And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40, past the 20, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 87 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's Haskins to throw. It's caught by Jackson. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
That's it. Big hit.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
A pretty good-looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. Give them 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Once again, they run with Mixon, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards on that one, and a Raven 1st. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's taken down inside the 30. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's second down. On second down, Barkley. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Ready?
On second down now, Barkley. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Let's see what you got. Yep. Motion. 53 for Mike. 52.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts him in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he's able to get this one out close. Closer to midfield across the 45. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Haskins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. The Sanders has got it, complete. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. It's caught by Sanders, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity, just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for Baltimore, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3, and they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia.